Most anti-immigration arguments can just be chalked up to simple racism. So in this video, we'll be looking at the top 5 most prevalent conservative arguments against immigration and seeing why they fail on a fundamental level, how you can refute them, and how you can stop being a fucking racist. Immigrants take jobs and lower wages. They strain welfare, healthcare, and housing, and have a net tax burden on citizens. Now, when it comes to immigrants taking jobs, there is this right-wing fantasy of you not being able to become a doctor because the Pakistani next door steals your job. Shit like that doesn't really happen. In what world are you living in? For example, here in Romania, most immigrants are Uber Eats drivers. They literally deliver food. They don't even get the opportunity to, get higher education. Why would you stress about immigrants taking jobs when those jobs aren't jobs that native people would especially want? It's insane. And also, historically, immigrants boost the economy. They don't plummet it. Immigrants are good for the economy. That's just a well-known fact. Some people say, oh, immigration is not good because it's not good for the economy. But that's just racist. It's literally nonsensical. Why do you think the United States is the strongest economic power on earth? It has a fuck ton of immigrants. Immigrants have built it from the ground up, quite literally. Not to mention that a lot of immigrants are entrepreneurs, literally. In my neighborhood, a lot of boba tea shops and, traditional Turkish food shops or whatever are started by immigrants, are started up by immigrants. Of course, boba tea is a Korean drink, but the owners of my local boba tea store are Vietnamese. That's great. They make delicious boba tea. And housing and wage issues are mostly caused by corporate behavior and policy issues. I don't know how you can get immigrants mixed up with that. Immigration erodes national identity. Some groups fail to assimilate, and parallel societies emerge, weakening cohesion.
Your car is German, your pizza's Italian, your democracy's Greek, your coffee is Brazilian, your movies are American, your shirt is Indian, your electronics are Chinese, your numbers are Arabic, your letters are Latin, and you're gonna complain that your neighbor is an immigrant? Get the fuck out of here.
Now, this whole immigration fucks culture is the stupidest thing to me. Because culture isn't something that is meant to stay the same. It's ever changing. Here in Romania, we love Christianity, right? It's not a Romanian religion. It's a religion from the Middle East. Our cars are German. Our coffee is Brazilian. It's part of our culture now. Not everything can be Romanian. Not everything can be of that country. When our dictator tried to make everything Romanian, it didn't go that well. Culture isn't static. When it comes to immigrants not assimilating, every single major immigrant group has been accused of the same thing and has turned out okay. Jewish people in the United States, Turkish people in Germany, Romanians in Italy and Spain. They're doing just fine. And when it comes to parallel societies, we're kind of dismissing the fact that strong communities are built through shared virtue, honesty and hard work and shit like this, rather than what ethnic group you're part of. We shouldn't be creating ghettos, really. I don't think it's a good idea. And I'll finish off by saying that multiculturalism is literally one of the best things ever. It strengthens every single tie between us. It reduces racism and xenophobia. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing with my fingers. It adds creativity to the workplace. It's fantastic. That's the end goal of good immigration policy, I think. Immigration brings crime, gangs, and terrorism, and weak borders equal weak security. Immigrants statistically commit fewer crimes than native people. That's just a fact. If you're going to immigrate to a country that has have the opportunity to create a better life for yourself, you're probably not going to be committing a crime within the first month or year or decade of entering that country. Immigrants are usually pretty patriotic to their host country. Now, one of the most common xenophobic and racist arguments you get against immigrants is that Muslims are bombing everything. That, oh, there's this a German city, little town that is being bombed on the daily. Something about that kind of, rubs me the wrong way. Because that's putting more blame on Muslims for bombings than on native people for school shootings and their own bombing, on right-wingers for school shootings and their own bombings. There are so many examples of native people and right-wing extremists also doing the exact same thing. Timothy McVeigh, the mastermind of the Oklahoma City bombing, killed more than 150 people. He was a right-wing extremist. What race were the Columbine shooters? What race was the 2017 Las Vegas shooter? You're just saying that bombings are inherently worse than mass shootings and right-wing explosions, whatever. You're putting a different moral value on immigrants doing them than on native people doing them. There are so many examples of both. Why concentrate on immigrants? Are you racist? And again, most problems with immigration, most security problems with immigration come from poor vetting and mismanagement, not from immigration itself. Illegal immigration undermines the rule of law. Amnesty encourages more illegal crossings, and sovereignty demands strict border control. Now, let me be very clear. Nobody wants illegal immigration. It's illegal. It's in the name. It's against the law. But we do think that the current standard for legal immigration is extremely outdated and doesn't match economic or humanitarian needs. So, that means that a lot of the things that are currently considered as illegal immigration we think is legal immigration, or should be considered legal immigration because of our current needs. And asylum for refugees is an international obligation. It's a humanitarian obligation, not something we're doing for charity or out of the kindness of our souls. Saying otherwise, that it's not a humanitarian obligation, which, is literally said by every single country, basically, the well-developed country, is fucking diabolical. What the fuck do you mean? Immigrants shift voting demographics towards the left, and political elites and corporations push mass immigration for self-interest. Now, to be honest, I did hear some left-wing bullshit during the Kamala Harris versus Trump election, that, oh, no immigrant would vote for Donald Trump. Obviously, that isn't true. Their son might get deported after voting for Donald Trump, but that's secondary. Political alignment of immigrants often varies. Cuban Americans will most likely vote conservative, and many Asian groups lean towards moderate, suggesting that immigrants only vote one way, that being the left. I hope this is the left for you. It's the right for me. The left, that they only vote the left. Okay. That they only vote one way is pretty naive, because they're a monolith. They're a little fucking monolith, which they should be, by the way. And lastly, corporations do benefit from cheap labor, but so does the entire economy. The solution is not shutting down borders, it's labor rights. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Please take everything said in this video with a pinch of salt, because I am 15 years old and have only read one book when it comes to the subject. which is a pretty left-wing book. Well, whatever, I agree with it. And yeah, I'll see you later, and stronger and smarter and more loving towards immigrants than ever.